Suppose I was to tell you that there was a way for you, a technique or a method for you to completely change your state or at least alter your state in some way that is noticeable to you. And what that state is would depend on where you are emotionally and mentally in the moment. I mean, many of us are not in a surroundings like this. I mean, I'm upstairs on the roof terrace of my gym at the moment here in Hampton, UK. And so speaking to anyone who is a sports person, who works in an office, who works in a school, wherever you work, sometimes you're in a situation where you're feeling a little bit low on energy, a little bit emotionally challenged, and you feel like not that connected with yourself or with your energy. And most people's energy or core stems somewhere around the solar plexus, around the stomach, the lower part of the stomach. And what you may not know is that the human body is a chemical factory. So it's made up of all the chemicals from testosterone, serotonin, oxytocin. I won't bore you with the whole long list. But in the gut area, the main chemical in that area is called serotonin. And this chemical is responsible for giving you a sense of well-being, a sense of self-worth, and increasing your self-esteem. And one way to increase that flow of serotonin to make you feel more alive and more connected with your true self is by twisting of the trunk or the torso. I won't bother you with the name of it. I call it the serotonin twist. But to start it, you can be quite subtly. You could be in at work or just before a meeting or a presentation. You could just kind of very gently and calmly, subtly put your right hand on your left hip, and just put the left hand behind your back like that. Just twist your torso around like that, almost like you're cracking your back, and just twist like that, and then you can switch subtly around and twist like that, and do that like 3 or 4 times. Even if you're sitting in an office chair in front of a laptop, and you got presentations and everybody's telling you this and wanting that, you can actually sit back in a chair, have a little fake yawn or a real yawn, and just put your hand over the back of the chair and just do that same move, left to right. And sometimes as well, if you want to increase your testosterone, if you want to have a more of a sense of presence and physicality within yourself or within your space, you can actually go for the classic stretch. But when you stretch, you can open your arms out really, really wide and just kind of almost like do a bodybuilder's bicep pose and just kind of stretch and open up. And when you open your chest like that, there's a chemical called oxytocin which lives in the heart, and you multiply that oxytocin 1,000-fold every time you stretch and open your chest. Okay, and just one little, I don't want to make this too long, but just one little main point that I need to get across to everyone. No technique, no YouTube video, no amount of praying or manifesting is ever going to work to change your state unless you have a certain level of awareness, self-awareness, consciousness about how you actually feel and where you actually are, in your journey, in your day, in your evening, whenever. And when you're noticing your state or your mood or your emotional situation at the time, you need to really notice this from a place of observation. You need to be able to observe yourself with complete equanimity, as in observe yourself with complete calmness and not interfere with what you see and notice or feel, but just sense it, be aware of it, observe it like you're observing a beautiful flower or a lizard or a bird or a sunset or the sky. Just observe it, and from that place of observation, let your body start to inform itself on what it wants to do and move in certain ways. I offered you a couple of ways with the twisting and the opening up, but there's many ways. I mean, people do lots of yoga classes and they do a lot of gym workouts, but when they do it, they don't really fully understand the science and the awareness behind what they're trying to achieve with that motion, with that movement. So start to notice, start to turn on your sense of awareness, and then start to move in a way that will, help you to create the state that you want for the given situation. So more on this another time. Thanks for listening, guys.